The Adventures of Pico and Columbus, known internationally as The Magic Voyage, is an animated adventure/comedy made in Germany in 1992. It loosely follows, emphasis on loosely, the first voyage of Christopher Columbus and his quest to find a quicker route to India via the Atlantic Ocean. His adventure would not be easy, though, as he would have to deal with many obstacles, such as hurricanes, scary monsters, and swarms of evil locusts, all as he travels to find the new world alongside his shipmate Pico the Woodworm. Doesn't make any sense? Well, no shit, Sherlock. This movie is about as historically accurate as Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor. Add that with bad animation, horrendous voice acting, and lame plot, and you've got one of the worst animated movies ever made in existence. How bad is it? Let's find out, shall we? The movie starts off literally at a lightning pace, panning over several paintings of ships on the high seas, including one featuring the Iron Cross? Well, being that the film was made in Germany, it is common for its relative filmmakers to add some kind of symbolism to their films. Even if that symbolism is about 400 years out of place, but I digress. We then get a small segment with Mickey Rooney narrating.
A long time ago, people thought the world was flat, and if you sailed uncharted waters, you just might fall over the edge into space. This may sound strange to us now, but in those days, no one knew what lay over the far horizon. What with pirates and hurricanes and sea monsters to contend with, it was a very dangerous time. But in 1492, there appeared an Italian navigator, a man with a revolutionary idea. He thought that the world was square, and his name was Christopher Columbus.
No he didn't, Mickey Rooney. Christopher Columbus always thought the world was round, even initially. And even if he did think the world was square, it would still be considered flat. We then cut to Spain's Palos de la Frontera, where we see a couple of seagulls messing around with a rubber fish when we meet...
Whew, that was fun.
Oh, Smeg. It's a woodworm voiced by Corey Feldman.
I used to be a bookworm. I sat up on the shelf.
That sings badly.
Pico the Adventurer.
Hooray! He's dead! The movie's over!
'Cause that's a life for me.
What the feck? Did he just drill right through that seagull's beak? Well, apparently the Germans also like to condone animal abuse in kids' films. So the woodworm, whose name is Pico, is able to escape from the seagull by digging his way into a ship. And it's here that we're introduced to Christopher Columbus, voiced by Dom DeLuise.
My map is sure stinker. How come a genius like me is so stupid?
Oh, Dom DeLuise. God rest his soul. But this is like the 5th movie I've reviewed featuring him. And this is his worst performance yet!
All the time people say to me, face it, Chris, it's 1492 and the world is still flat.
You know, most of the time it almost sounds like Dom doesn't even want to be in this movie. His Italian accent is just awful. And trust me, I've heard him do accents before.
I'm the best cook in the world because it's true. Ladies and gentlemen, a prune. Please breathe on the prune. Stewed prune.
So Columbus is still trying to figure out his hypothesis of the world being square. And by the way, that's a cube, not a square, Zuckerberg. When a hungry Pico appears and eats off the edges of the globe.
You look what you do to my... Maybe the world she's around?
That's right, kids. Everything your history teacher taught you was a lie. Christopher Columbus was this guy who originally thought the world was square, until a kind little woodworm came along and chewed up his globe, giving him the impression that the world was actually round. And then he'd go on to direct Home Alone and Harry Potter. Hardcore! So Columbus and Pico agree to become a duo, and together they make their way to the king's castle. And what do they do to pass the time? Sing another horrible song.
Yesterday my life was dreary. Now suddenly I'm bright and cheery. And all because I met a fella like you.
All this time I kept ignoring that my life was so dull and boring.
Ugh. I'm sorry, but did Corey Feldman honestly think he could sing? They couldn't get an actual singer to replace him instead, like Zac Efron in High School Musical? I mean, really, this guy destroys more vocal cords than Cars and License to Drive. But that's the least of this film's problems. The dubbing in this movie is so bad that it makes a 4Kids dub look hardcore. About 80% of the time, you can just hear the voice actors ad-libbing their lines, even when their characters' mouths aren't even moving.
I know, darling, I feel smarter just by looking at you.
The animation is especially heinous. The backgrounds all have paint blobs on them, and a lot of the times the characters seem to be pasted right onto the screen. On top of that, the frame rate is so sluggish, and the characters move in such a jerky fashion, that it makes the film absolutely degrading to watch. Having just come off of Feliday, which was well animated and well written, you'd think that all German filmmakers would be experts when it came to animation. Well, not everybody. Michael Showman directed this movie, and let me tell you, the guy is no Don Bluth or Osamu Tezuka. I IMDb'd this guy, and his page shows that he's only directed 2 other productions. A TV miniseries called 100 Years of Automobiles, and Millionaire Dogs, another lame-brained animated comedy which actually features the voice of German punk queen herself, Nina Hagen. But I'll get to that movie some other time. Anyway, back to this movie, where we see the Spanish King Ferdinand scolding Leonardo da Vinci for not getting his flying machine ready.
No. If you say she flies, then she flies.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid she's not quite ready.
Not ready? Not ready? Look! I'm ready! He's ready! You're ready!
Jesus, can this movie not pick sound effects? I never knew yanking on a person's beard could make them sound like George the Valiant. So Columbus reveals his plan to the King of Spain.
Ain't that a kick in the head? I'll give you a kick in the head!
Yikes, the King of Spain is an asshole. I wonder if he's related to Rick Sanchez. However, the Queen Isabella appears, and she supports Columbus on his journey to find the new land. So she offers him one of her ship-shaped earrings for good luck.
Maybe this will help.
It will! Oh, your majesty, what a lovely symbolic...
What the hell was that? Way to catch the earring with your shoulder, buddy. So as Columbus spends the night getting it off with the Queen, Pico decides to go exploring.
Whoa! Hey, these are pretty cool. I look stupid.
Ever look at yourself in a mirror before, buddy?
Glad nobody can see me making a fool of myself. Whoa! Oh, this is stupid. This is fun. This is stupid. This is stupid fun.
My God, he just never shuts his trap, does he? Again and again, nothing but random ad-libbing. It's like playing Call of Duty online with somebody who throws a fit every time he dies. It's like, turn off your microphone, dude. So as Pico mucks around on a chandelier, he meets a Tinkerbell ripoff, voiced by Irene Cara.
Where are you going? What?
I'm called Marilyn, Princess of the Kingdom of Moonsprings.
A princess?
I was in the land of blue twilight, where the nectar is always sweet. And the moon was as bright as the sun, and the night as glorious as the day.
And the vampires sparkled magnificently in the sunlight.
And then, from a land far away, an insect army of fear and dread.
At last, princess, the secret of your magic light will be mine. With this power, I shall become invincible.
Yes! I am invincible!
I tried to explain that our magic light will not work in the hands of evildoers, but he refused to listen and brought me here to this crystal prison.
You know, the more I watch this movie, the more I start to realize that this whole thing was originally going to be about Christopher Columbus, but then the creators decided, you know what? This plot isn't good enough. Let's throw in a magic fatty and a swarm of evil locusts to make it more fun for the kids. What a magic voyage that would be, yeah?
Oh, you know what? I saw the magic voyage of Brad Garrett.
Suddenly, the evil locust swarm shows up and Marilyn is kidnapped again. But Pico vows that he will find Marilyn and save her. The next day, it's time for Columbus to sail off. Pico tries to get to the ships in time, but he ends up falling into a sewer.
Wait, I'm a worm!
You know, I never knew they had sewers in the 1400s. He then runs into 3 rats who want to eat him, but Pico persuades them that there's food on Columbus's ship. And so the Nina, Penta, and Santa Maria finally set sail out of the harbor, carrying many men, food, supplies, and 3 guys. Okay, wait a minute. You're telling me that Columbus is going on a month-long voyage to other ends of the earth, and he only brought 3 shipmates with him?
You didn't say nothing about a sailor off the edge. Off the edge! Off the edge! We didn't find no food! Nothing!
And you didn't bring any food? Congratulations, Columbus. See to it that your crewmates haven't died of starvation by the time you've reached Guanahani. Oh, and don't bother asking about the crewmates on the Nina and the Penta, because the movie ignores them completely. Their only role is to act as background decoration, and that's it. So you might as well enjoy your stay on board the Santa Maria, alongside a captain, voiced by Tiger from American Tail, 3 bumbling shipmates, no food, and a ship wheel that floats in midair. Alright, you're not even trying, are you? I can take the bad dubbing and bad frame rate, but this draws the line. This proves that you don't know how to animate movies. You have brought shame to us Germans with your nonsense. The Führer would not be pleased with you. He would be pissed. Scheisse! Oh, who am I kidding? So the movie has glitches. So what? I mean, it's not like I think it's the worst thing wrong with this movie. I'm not the game dude after all.
There's no phone, no lights, no motor car, not a single luxury.
Hello?
Yeah, hardcore kid. I have a wheel problem with you.
Who is this? RJ Bansma, is that you?
No, you income shit. It's the game dude.
Oh, hey! I thought I'd never hear from you after I featured you in that YouTube list.
Yeah, well, you're a real ass hippopotamus ranting on me. Why don't you wear on some other people like AVGN or Angry Joe?
Let me think. How about now?
You sack of rhinoceros bump.
See you on Busy Street, buddy.
You don't hang up on me. Don't hang up on me.